What is going on, everyone, and welcome to Stock Rank. My name is Johnny, and it's so good to be with you all. And today we're going to have a duel between Tesla and NIO, and which stock is the better one to buy right now. Let's go ahead and get started. So as I say in all my videos, I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own due diligence. If you don't mind, would you consider smashing that like button? That helps this channel immensely, as well as comment down below if you are already invested in either one of these stocks, or even if you agree with my opinion when it comes to which stock I would prefer to buy right now. So first, I want us to go ahead and talk about the financials, and then we're gonna go ahead and dive deeper when it comes to the expansion of the business, and then talk about the difference between the two when it comes to their products. So the first thing that I want us to look at is their market caps. Now, Tesla, of course, is ginormous when it comes to their market cap. They have a market cap of 650 billion, whereas NIO has a market cap of about 75, 74 billion. And this is going to be really important because there are certain calculations that I've made that you probably won't find when it comes to like Yahoo Finance or some of those other things. So keep in mind what these market caps are. But if we were to look at their price to sales ratio right now, we can see that Tesla is somewhere around 19.4, whereas NIO is sitting at 16.84. And this is going to be a good number to look at, but I believe that there's a better calculation to look at when it comes to comparing these two companies. So the next thing that we want to look at is their estimated 2021 revenue. Now, these numbers that I got were from Yahoo Finance. So these are the average analyst estimates. So please keep that in mind. These are not just my numbers. These are numbers that I've used just from the averages of the analysts. So we can see that Tesla has an average estimate right now of about 49.07 billion dollars for revenue this year, whereas NIO is looking somewhere around $5.33 billion in revenue. So rather than simply looking at the price to sales ratio, I want us to look at a projection for the price to sales ratio when it comes to the year of 2021. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the market cap of both companies, and then we're gonna go ahead and divide it by the 2021 projected revenues. So when it comes to Tesla, we see that the market cap is 650 billion, and we're gonna divide that by 49.07 billion to get somewhere around 13.25 for their projected price to sales ratio for 2021. But for NIO, we take the 74 billion and divide it by 5.33 billion, which will get somewhere around 13.88. Now, the reason why that I chose to do the numbers this way is because we also need to take into consideration what the numbers are going to be moving forward, especially when it comes to the growth of Tesla in comparison to NIO. We can see that NIO has grown steadily a lot more quarter over quarter. Tesla ended up losing money on their revenues over the last quarter. So that's why I think it's good to look over what the projected revenues are going to be over 2021. So the next thing that I want us to look at is their actual cash on their balance sheet. Now, of course, this is going to be a little bit different because I know Tesla probably has some Bitcoin left over, maybe. But we do know that Tesla has $17 billion in cash on their balance sheet right now. NIO actually has $4.4 billion on their balance sheet. Now, of course, it looks like there's a drastic difference between the two, but when we consider the difference between their market cap and the cash that they have on their balance sheet, we actually see that NIO has twice the amount of cash. The reason why it's really important to look at the cash to the market cap is because it helps understand what the expansion of the company could be. The reason why I say that is because this could create opportunities for maybe expansion into different countries. It could be expansion into different products. So there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to looking at how much cash a company has. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm worried about Tesla and their cash on their balance sheet or anything like that, but I do think that there's something to consider when it comes to looking at NIO's expansion plan and how they can use that cash to not only build up their business from within when it comes to their products, but also expanding outward into the different continents and of course the different countries. But if we strictly looked at the financial statements in general, I might give a point to NIO just for the extra cash that they have, but honestly, I think it's pretty even overall. So I want to go ahead and give a couple of scenarios that you can look into to determine maybe if one stock is better than another for you. So the first question that I want to ask is, how comfortable are you when it comes to investing in Chinese companies? I know that there's been some concerns when it comes to Chinese companies, and so if that's something that you're uncomfortable with, then it might be a good idea to just stick with Tesla. The next question that we want to look at is, how long are you going to be holding this stock for? If you're looking to invest in a stock for maybe under 3 years, then it might be a good idea to stick with NIO because of the different factors that come along with Tesla's current market cap. Because many people believe that the market cap where it's at right now includes the autonomous taxi network and includes their revenues from 2025, which honestly I tend to use those kinds of numbers as well. But the autonomous taxi network, we haven't even had autonomous cars, fully autonomous cars yet. So that's why I'm hesitant to put my money in Tesla right now if I'm only going to be holding it for 3 years. But let's say that you're looking forward to 2025 to 2030. Tesla might be a good idea to dive deeper into, but if you're still struggling to figure out which stock may be a good idea for you, the other thing that I want you to consider is, do you believe that battery as a service is going to be game changer? So for those of you that don't know, what NIO is going to be ending up doing is they're going into a subscription service where rather than paying for the battery itself, you're going to be paying a subscription to have these batteries swapped over time. And so if you believe that the subscription model is going to be the way to go, or is going to be the next thing, then NIO may be a good idea for you. Now, for full transparency, I do want to say that I have been a shareholder in both Tesla and NIO at some point in time over the past year, but I'm currently not for these two reasons. The first thing is that the stock prices simply just went too high, especially when it comes to Tesla. I do believe that the autonomous taxi network is going to be huge for Tesla, but the problem is that at the time where those prices were so high, they were either including the autonomous taxi network, or they thought that the revenues were going to be skyrocketing through the roof. And so that's why I ended up selling at the time that I did. And when it comes to NIO, I was actually in NIO in the teens, but I ended up selling out because of the fact that I saw greater opportunities elsewhere. And you'll probably see some of the stocks that I'm invested in now in the videos to come, but just at the time, I just saw so many greater opportunities, and I already made a lot of money out of NIO. Now, I do want to reiterate, I truly believe in both of these companies, and I hope that if you are a shareholder already in either one of these companies, I hope the best for you. But for myself, I see a lot of opportunities elsewhere, and so that's why I'm not currently in those two positions. But if I had to make a choice between one or the other right now, I would choose NIO, and here's why. Now, before I get a lot of people saying,
"What are you talking about? Why in the world would you pick NIO?"
Or for the people that are NIO fans that are cheering,
Yeah!
I do want to clarify that I think that Tesla will always be the #1 player when it comes to EVs. However, right now, based off of the share price, I think NIO has a lot of gains to come over the next 3 to 5 years. So when it comes to NIO, I do think that the subscription-based model is going to be the new norm. I would not be surprised if Tesla either adopts this, or maybe they could maneuver it somehow to where they will start to use subscriptions. Maybe it's not for the battery itself, but it could be for other ideas moving forward. But if you look at all the things that have subscriptions, you got streaming, that uses subscriptions. So that goes for Hulu, it goes for ESPN, Disney Plus, all those different things use subscriptions. Music also uses subscriptions, and YouTube also uses subscriptions, which, by the way, if you have not subscribed to this channel, would you consider hitting that subscribe button down below? And the other thing, honestly, is I think that the way NIO is expanding their business is just a tad bit better than Tesla right now. I think that they are executing just a little bit better. And I know that there's certain things that are going on with Tesla. Even if I was a shareholder, I would not be nervous about it. But I do think that NIO is executing a tad bit better than Tesla right now in terms of expanding their business. But with that, if I had to hold for 10 years, I think that once the autonomous taxi network comes out, then there will be huge gains moving forward. And Tesla will be going through the roof. I would not be surprised if Tesla was $5 trillion market cap by 2030. I have no doubts whatsoever. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's sooner than that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, if you don't mind, would you consider liking this video down below, as well as comment what your thoughts are when it comes to NIO and Tesla. If you have thoughts and opinions on that, would love to hear those as well. Maybe if you're a shareholder already, if you want to share what you already have in those positions, that would be great too. But anyway, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you in the next one.